Hey everybody, it's Marquita, and I wanted to make a random video, just 10 facts about me that you might want to know. You might not want to know, that's fine. And at the end of this video, if you make it, you can also send me 10, or you can also send me more questions that you would like to know about me. But okay, here we go. First question is surgeries. I was just wanting to talk about the first surgery I ever had, which was my adenoids back in 1992. I had them out because I used to couldn't breathe out of my nose because my adenoids were so big. And so, and of course I snored and I talked weird. Like I couldn't, like when I say I couldn't breathe out my nose, like I literally could not breathe out my nose. Like I talked weird. And I was like, hi everybody. I know that sounds weird, but like I couldn't talk out my nose. I couldn't breathe out my nose, so it made me talk funny. And, but yeah, so I had my adenoids out. And then in 93, I think I was in second grade with the adenoids. So in 93, I'm going to say, I had my tonsils out. And my adenoids grew back. So I had to get my adenoids out again. So I had my adenoids out first. Then a year later, I got my adenoids and tonsils out. Which the doctor said sometimes adenoids grow back, but they shouldn't if you don't have tonsils. But your tonsils can grow back, and then your adenoids can grow back. I don't think my tonsils grew back. They might. I don't know. I haven't had many sore throats, but anyhow, second or see that would be my third. See, adenoids, tonsils. Third surgery I ever had was my wisdom teeth. And that was when I was, 17, back in 2001. And so I got them out. They weren't bothering me. They weren't even through. But I was in state custody. And pretty much at that particular time, they were like, you're in state custody. When you get 18, you're not going to have TennCare insurance. So we might as well take them out while the state will cover them. I know that's bad. I got them cut out. Never even had 1 ounce of pain. Like, went, put me to sleep. They cut them out. Woke up. Went back home to the group home. And I never had any problems. I thought that's not normal. Because they cut them out and I never was in pain. After the surgery, and then I thought, oh, maybe I'm just immune to pain, because with my adenoids, it was just a day surgery. I went home later on that day. I was fine, drinking, eating normally the next day. I was groggy that first day. And then with my tonsils and adenoids, when I got them out, I was like, I came home the next day because they kept me overnight. And the next day, my mom was like, well, I got you some Doritos. And I was a fat kid. I'm still a fat kid. And she was like, I got you some Doritos. So when your throat heal up, you can eat them. And I was like, okay. And it was like, of course, later on that when I came home, I got my Doritos. I wanted my Doritos. And so I got them and I ate them. And my sister, she's older, she got in trouble because my mama thought she ate my Doritos. And I was like, no, I ate them. And my mom was like, she called the doctor. She's like freaking out. Like, what? You ate Doritos? You're going to bust your stitches open. And the doctor said, well, if she can stand to eat them and, she could stand to eat them and she kept them down and it didn't hurt her, she can have them. So, long story short, I ate my Doritos. So when I got my wisdom teeth out, that's what I thought of. Is like, maybe I'm just like, a thoroughbred. Maybe I really, have, like, maybe I can heal fast or something. No, I got a tooth pulled in, I think it was '06. And I cried like a baby because that bad boy hurt it. But anyhow, I was just saying. And then, see, after my wisdom teeth, I'm trying to think of what the next surgery was. I think it might have been gastric bypass in 2010. May the 10th, 2010. Is when I had gastric bypass. And I started out at 387 pounds. And that was the first day when I got weighed, was 387 pounds. And that was October the 12th, 2009. Was like the very first day of my diet. I know people's like, what? Like, how can you remember that specifically? Like, I can almost tell you it was like 4 o'clock. And I only know that because I started it after my doctor's appointment on that day. And it was October the 12th, 2009. And I think my doctor's appointment was like 2 or 3 that afternoon. So, I'm going to say around 4 o'clock. And on that day, that's how much I weighed. And then with gastric bypass, they require you to be on a diet for 6 months. And I dieted for 6 months. And I went from 387 to 3. What was it? 3. Maybe it was like 330 or something like that. So I lost like around 40 pounds or something, if I'm not mistaken. Like I lost a lot of weight on that diet. And then because I have because I have pseudotumor cerebri, which is water retention on the brain, I was on water pills. Well, it was, they told me I had to, I couldn't take my water pills a week before surgery. So, the week of my surgery, I couldn't take my water pills. So, I gained, I think, 15 pounds back, but it was all fluid. Funny story about the 2 weeks before surgery, because once TennCare insurance approves you to have surgery, you gotta go on a 2-week liquid diet. And I would like to say that thing was very interesting. I thought I was literally going to die. I have never been so hungry in my whole life. I really, really thought that I was dying. Like, it seemed like every 5 minutes I was breaking up with Gary. I was like, you gotta get out. And then he'll go to get out, and I'm like, where are you going? I called all my friends. I was like, look, I got money. come and pick me up. Let's go out to eat. Like, I'm buying, I'm paying for it. Just take me to go get something to eat. And of course, my real friends was like, yeah, I know you're on a 2-week liquid diet. I'm not going to come and do that. No, because you worked for, 6 months to, get this surgery and everything. Long story short, I lasted the 2 weeks. I didn't die of not eating. But what the liquid diet is no solid. You can have protein shakes, Jello, popsicle, sugar-free Jello. Sugar-free popsicle, sugar-free Jello, protein shake, chicken, beef, vegetable broth. They would rather it be chicken and beef so that you can get protein. But you can do that. I didn't know at the time, and this probably would have made it a little bit easier for me, that you can have sugar-free gum. I did not know that. I didn't know you was allowed to have any gum because I was thinking, okay, well, what if I accidentally swallow it? Then it's in my stomach. But the 2-week liquid diet is so that your liver can shrink, so that when they do it laparoscopically, they won't puncture. Because like what they do is they stick a rod in your stomach, and like it's just like a little tiny hole, and then they lift up your liver to get to your actual stomach and intestines. But so you have to make sure that it's not too heavy so that it won't puncture or get punctured. And then if it does, then that's like real serious. They gotta open you all the way up, and it'd be a bigger surgery than just getting 5 little holes in your stomach. And but I got the surgery on May the 10th, 2010. And I'm at 235 to this current day, from 387. So I lost like 150 pounds. But it's still a struggle. And my last and recent surgery was the shunt surgery. Sorry, since surgery, my memory is horrible. But I got a I think VP shunt on the right side, and I had major complications from that. I had major finally, what happened was in 2009, I was diagnosed with sumo tumor cerebri, water retention on the brain, and I was on water pills, and they worked a little bit. Then, like, my headaches came back, and my headaches, when I have them, they last for 3 months straight, every day, for 3 months straight, and like, I never know when they're gonna come. I just know if I have one headache, it's gonna last for 3 months, and it's always in my eyes, and it's never both eyes at the same time. It's like usually when I call them my season of headaches. It's like if I have a headache in my right or in my left eye, then it's like in my left eye for 3 months. It doesn't like, okay, well, today it was in my left eye, tomorrow it's gonna be in the right. No, it's like usually when it does it, left side, right side, whichever side it decides, which side it decides to be, that's the season of headaches, and it lasts for 3 months. And like with me personally, nothing takes the pain away. Like nothing. Like before I was diagnosed with this sumo tumor cerebri, like I went to the emergency room because I was like, I have a headache. Like I am in agony, and they used to just say, okay, well, here, lay in the dark room, put a cold rag on your eyes, and then they give me a pain pill, or they give me a shot of pain medicine, like Percocet or Valium, not Valium, Demerol, morphine, and I'll be laying there asleep. Yes, physically asleep. But the whole time that I'm asleep, I'll be laying there like in pain because my brain is still awake. My brain was still awake. And so I was asleep and I was like, I just need to try to fight the medicine so I can wake up to tell them, yes, I am physically asleep, but I am still in pain. So it's sort of like, I guess being in a coma, not like coma-like, and like you're trying to find a way to communicate with the people, that are awake. And so it's like I was like, oh my gosh, like as soon as I wake up, I'm gonna tell them. Like, I heard everything that y'all was saying, which they never said anything bad. I was like, I can hear everything that you're saying. I knew everything that was going on. I was laying there mentally, I guess, or like I was awake, because I was in pain. But of course, my physical body was sitting there asleep, so it looks like, oh, the medicine worked. It didn't work. So that's why I say nothing cured it. I mean, nothing helped it. Like, not Tylenol, not aspirin, not ibuprofen, nothing. Nothing helped. Not pain medicine, nothing. And so, I finally, I got spinal taps. The first one worked great. Second one worked good. The third and fourth one, it was the third one. It was like, okay. And then the fourth one was the most horrible one. I think I had a total of 4. Maybe 4 or 5. I don't remember. But it was the very last one that I had. The doctor hit a nerve in my back. And, like when he did that, my whole left side went numb. And I was freaking out. I started screaming. I was like, I cannot feel my legs. I cannot feel my legs. Because that was the first thing on my mind is, oh my gosh, he hit my spine. Or he hit the nerve. I'm paralyzed. I can't feel, And he's like, just relax. And I'm like, no. And I mean, he was telling me to relax because he had a needle physically in my back. And if I would have got up like I wanted to and get up and run it off, I probably would have been paralyzed because he would have hit something. But that was like the very last one. And it was because he couldn't get much pressure he couldn't get much fluid off. My pressure always started at like a 25 or a 30. And then they like to try to get you down to a 15. And my pressure always at the end of the tap was like an 18. So that's still dangerous because the water retention was pressing on my brain, which was pressing on my octave nerves. That's why I was having eye headaches. And so it was pressing on my octave nerves, and they said if the pressure does not get released, it can make me go blind. And so I got approved for surgery. Went in, had the surgery July the 1st, 2015. And had complications. He came out after me, I think, being under for an hour or maybe 2 or something. And he came out and he told Gary, he's like, well, I went in, we're going to have to do it. Because this was like, I think, 9 o'clock in the morning when he started the surgery or something. And so he comes out and he tells him, and he goes, well, we ran into some problems. And of course, Gary's thinking, oh my gosh, she's dead. Like, he's freaking. And so he was like, well, I went in and I had to poke her brain 6 times. And I couldn't find, or like when it started drawing, I think that's what he said. It was drawing blood. And so he's like, well, we had to stop it. And then I went in, poked her again, and it started doing, drawing blood again. And so Gary was like, okay, like, what does that mean? And he's like, well, I'm going to have to do it again tonight at 8 o'clock. And this was like 8 o'clock at night. And he's like, but this time we're going to use a machine. And we're going to find the exact spot. And so, like, Gary was, like, thinking, like, okay, why didn't you just use the machine in the first place? And so Gary's like, okay, well, is that going to affect her? He goes, well, I don't know if it did any damage. I won't know until she wakes up. And, of course, I woke up at, like, 9 o'clock at night after surgery. And, but I remember them telling me when I was in recovery, okay, well, the doctor couldn't get the shunt in, so you have to go back to surgery at 8 o'clock. And I'm like, okay, like, I'm in recovery, and I'm like, okay. But, anyhow, so when I got out of surgery, like at 8 o'clock at night, I woke up and I realized my face feels a little funny. And when, but I didn't think of it. I thought maybe it's just because I'm still, under anesthesia. And the very next day, I got up to use the bathroom and I almost fell. And the damage that I had was the whole left side of my body, hand, face, lips, front and back. Like, I'm talking about, like, if somebody just perfectly draw a line down your body, everything on my left side was numb. And still to this day, 3 months out, or like 2 months or whatever, I still have problems. Like, of course, my face is not numb. Like, I couldn't even smile. And see, my thumb and my pinky on my left hand is still numb. The forearm is not numb, but the top, or like the top of my arm is still numb. Like my back, the top of my back is not numb, but the bottom of my back is. My side, my whole complete side, like the actual side of your body, like side, is numb still. See the top, front, and the bottom back is numb. I think that's what it is. So top, front of the left side, bottom, back of the left side is still numb. My thigh is numb, so it's like from my hip to the top of my knee is still numb. And then every once in a while, my feet will get numb, but my leg won't get numb. So it's like I'm numb in weird places. And so I'm still having problems from that surgery. And it was horrible, because like I thought, oh my gosh, I'm permanently damaged for like the rest of my life. But I'm slowly feeling back. The right side of my head, where I had the actual surgery, I still can't feel. Like, it's completely numb. Like, if somebody thumped me in the back of my head, like, I probably would feel like a thud sensation, but I wouldn't feel like the pain of a thud. Like, somebody could probably stab me with it, and I would feel them, like, actually putting pressure on it, but I wouldn't feel the pain because it's numb. It's, like, I can't feel it. And so, it's weird, because, like, I'll have a sensation that my head is itching, and I go to scratch it, but, like, it's not relieving the itch, because it's, like, it's not getting to that itch. So it's really weird. I think I saw the surgeries that I had. Yeah, I guess that would be all. I think I'll upload this, because this is a pretty long video. I'm sorry for that. Hopefully y'all will continue watching the other ones, because I got a couple more questions that I would like to, or a couple of more things that I would like to talk about. Hopefully y'all watch us. All right.